Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. And of course, you can see I have Reverend Lee Chapin with me. This is our special series that we like to do, once or twice a month, whenever we get that nudge, to, okay, we need to do this, but it's the Reactivating Peace series. So, welcome everyone who's joining the Sacred Circle this evening. And just to shout out to everyone that is celebrating the Eastern Orthodox Easter. This is their Easter Sunday. So, greetings to them. Of course, they wouldn't be watching, they would be celebrating with their family, but just putting it out there that, we're recognizing that Easter as well. So, all right. So, hello, Marcia. Hello, Wendy. Yes, and everyone that's coming in, everyone that hasn't said hello yet. So thank you. And whether you're watching live on YouTube or on Rumble, we welcome. Hello, Maureen on Rumble. Yay. So we welcome all our viewers live and also in the replay. So we appreciate each and every one of you. All right. So so Reverend Lee, how you been? How's April been? I mean, it's just gone by so fast.
It is. Time goes by super fast. It's just like every day spins.
It is. And we did not plan coordinating, dressing in the same colors. And we actually were going to wear something different. And then they both had us put like the cobalt blue and black. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Look, we did not plan this.
I guess we need that vibration.
Right, exactly. Hello, Tammy. And so, yes. And so, what, so I know you've been very busy and that you had a nice getaway, a little retreat earlier this month, right? Did you go to New York or Pennsylvania?
I went to New York and Pennsylvania. I went to see my friend Joanne, and I went to see Pam in Erie, Pennsylvania, and we did some activation work.
Ooh.
And we had some fun, and we got to see my soul sisters again. So we are wanting you to come to New York to join us when I come back.
Oh, I feel in the summertime we'll probably all get together and do something. That's what Joanne would like for us to do. And so so just I know what you're doing, but for the viewers, what type of activation work do you do when you get together with your other sisters, soul sisters?
Well, we're called to go to different vortices to bring crystals and to do healing and bring the energy of peace and bring balance back to the earth where those places where they've had discordant energy, perhaps where there has been places where there's been violence or war or dissettling energies. Pam, Joanne, and I were really focused this last trip on uh, the can't even talk, Harriet Tucker's work with the Underground Railroad. And so we were doing some clearing with that energy for freedom to help people to clear that energy of being enslaved. And so as we're in this new age of enlightenment, as we're opening up to this energy of freedom, of our spiritual freedom, it's really important to clear those energies from our past history. And so a lot of the work with Harriet Tubman was really powerful. We ended up watching that movie, Harriet Tubman, that came out that I'd never seen before, which was really, really, really incredible how brave that she was to help,
Yeah.
her fellow brothers and sisters to move into sovereignty and to empower themselves. And so we're here at this pivotal time now to help reawaken our spiritual essence, to empower ourselves to be free again as physical, spiritual beings, as children of God, so we can reactivate peace on earth and within ourselves.
Yes. And that's that may sound easy to some people. It's like, that's all we need to do is just to maintain balance and peace within ourselves. But we know it's not that easy. You can say that and it sounds easy. Oh, that's all. But try to get through the day without, going off balance. Um, and they were getting better and better. and we're catching the triggers, the things that kind of throw us off balance. And if we can just stay in that state of peace, and it helps raise the consciousness and the frequencies that's so much needed right now to help everyone. And that really does make a difference. It makes a huge difference. So, yeah. So,
Joanne, I was going to say, I'm interrupting you, but Joanne doesn't know how to do the chat line. And so part of the work that I want to
okay,
do
so
for
she
tonight.
has to be signed. If she's watching on YouTube, anyone watching on YouTube, you have to be signed in um, to be able to comment. So that's the thing. If you're just watching without signing in, you won't be able to comment. I know sometimes, like if I'm going to watch on my phone and I'm not signed in, I can't comment. So you have to sign in to your YouTube account or Google account to be able to make the comments on YouTube. Now, we also are streaming live on Rumble for those that have a Rumble account. Same thing. You have to be signed in order to join into the live chat. Um, so yeah, I was wondering if she was gonna pop in because you could feel her.
Yeah, well, she's kind of like me. We're both. Uh, sorry, I'm communicating with
So it's
Joanne.
okay.
Um,
Well, if she's watching, and then if she wants to text you or I or something, or any
she
questions,
is. I'm going to have her just text me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then just have her text you, and we'll we'll
I
do
just sent.
it.
So, sorry to interrupt, but
Oh no,
the
no.
reason I wanted her on was because part of the work that I'm doing, she was one of the pivotal players in this activation that I want to talk about tonight. So um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get her feedback and
I love that.
hopefully it'll work. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. So
No, no, you didn't interrupt her at all. I mean, I love that. That's great. And so, yeah, so if she can't comment, then she can just do like she's doing. She can just text you, and you can share that way. If she can't comment in the actual comments while we're live, so technology, guys, is great when it works. Okay,
yeah, it's great when it works.
when it works,
So I may be looking at my phone, texting her here while we're talking.
it's all right.
So
That's fine. That's fine. And so it's I think what's really important here, what you're saying with the activations, and so people here we're ascending, we're raising in this frequency and this and then this vibration, and it's not like we're a phys. It is affecting the physical, but not in the sense like what we're packing bags and moving to physically. It's not like that. It's a consciousness. Our frequencies and our consciousness are rising and shifting, and it's going to change everything. It is changing everything to where we will see it eventually outside of us. Remember, everything is created on the inside
mhm.
first, and then the upper vibrations and trickles down, right? And so, what the one of a very important part of ascending, grounding is totally part of this, because we have to understand that Tesla had said that this planet is not a planet; it's a realm, pure energy realm, and but a living being. And I've always called her a biosphere, a sphere, an energy sphere with biology, with life, with bio, right? And and so she's a living being as well, and ascending and transforming. And so we work with her. We have to. That connection to nature is very important in the ascension process, wouldn't you say, Reverend Lee?
It is indeed because our thought forms, what we focus on, our thought forms manifest. And so as we focus on peace, then peace will manifest. If we focus on negativity or war or violence or what's happening in the world, then we continue to reinforce that energy and bring it out into the earth and into the collective consciousness. So that's why we're doing this to help us to continue to reactivate within our memory that peace is our birthright, and to continue to focus on that regardless of what's happening in our personal lives, regardless of what's happening in the world. And I know people think, well, how can peace really be happening on this planet? But we are holding that intention, we're holding that vibration, we're holding that energy so that frequency can manifest. And as Spirit has says, until three-fourths of humanity awakens to this energy, then peace can't prevail on the earth. So we're asking each individual, one soul at a time, to do their part as part of the 100 monkey syndrome, so that then the energy can then manifest itself.
Yeah, yeah. And another great, because I've had even my one of my sons had asked me, he's like, look at the turmoil in the world, what's going on today. How in the world can peace be achieved here? And I was like, well, you're looking at the 3D collapsing. So pretty much we're in the now. All this that are we're right here in the now. And we're watching a reality that's behind us. It's collapsing and imploding, and you've got to let the things fall. They have to fall. It's an important part of the rebirth and moving forward. And so pretty much like right here in the now, by holding this piece and by reactivating that, we are creating the new reality, the new frequencies. We're going forward and taking care of the. So it's like we're really multidimensional beings. This is where you get to really feel that how multidimensional we are. And so, which you can't look. Um, it might be hard then for people with their 3D glasses on to see the piece because they can't get past that. That's
Mm-hmm.
all they're doing is looking behind them. They're not looking. They're not staying in the now and looking forward.
It's important to take a look at what's happening in your own life, because there's a lot of chaos within your own life, and begin to examine where you can begin to shift your thoughts and begin to clear your emotions, so you can begin to be at peace despite, again, as I've said, what's happening within you. So um, part of what we talked about, I believe in one of the other sessions that we had, or one of the other podcasts, was how I brought forth the activation of the crystalline kingdom underneath the earth in Asheville, North Carolina, and infused that energy of peace into my home and into my being. And that was in September of 2021. And I can really feel a shift within myself, and I can really palpably feel the peace within my home. And I can really feel this sense of calmness within me as I go out into the world, and I'm not really engaged in um, the frequencies or the energies, that are out in the collective. Um, it's really, really, really important that we begin to do the inner work, so we can embody that and again be the change that we wish to see. So it really can happen, because I can attest to that. Doesn't mean something might not happen tomorrow that'll shift me off balance, but I've been able to feel it in the last 6, 7 months.
Oh, me too. Me too. And this is what, getting outside with nature, and we are um, all connected, and it's very important to do that grounding work, to connect with nature. And so it's becoming even more intense, even the communication with the animals. So the birds, the squirrels, and just so, oh, I wanted to share something with you guys, and saying that with nature and everything, a little experience um, that I had outside. Let me grab my journal out real quick so I can remember everything. Something. Let's see. Oh, it was Earth Day. It was Earth Day. It was Earth Day. So I was outside, and it was like giving love to this planet, to this realm, to this biosphere, and all of this um, planet's aspects, Earth, Tara, Gaia. So each, let's say, like each dimension, 3D, 4D, 5D, she's known by a different name. Even our star family, I mean, depending where they're from too, this biosphere has a different name. It's called by, and that's okay. Think about all the nicknames. You may have a nickname, you may have a legal, so we're known by different identities too, right? And so that's okay. But it's a higher in vibration, as as we keep going. Earth, Tara, Gaia, it keeps getting higher. It's a tone. It's a tone. All right. So we have worked really hard. Our tone and our frequency for each of us is much higher than it was 5 years ago. We're not the same person we were 5 years ago, right? No, we're not. So now you can see the magic in why people have spiritual names. Some people change their names, or they feel like they want to need to be called by something else because each each word has a has a sound because it has like this numerology to it, which is sound, numbers and sound. And so this is why some people are like, I don't feel like this name fits me anymore. I don't feel like this. I want to be called this. Guess what? They're feeling that. They know that they have shifted and changed and wants to be called a different frequency. And that's totally fine. So now you can understand that, right? So anyway, this is what I witnessed outside on Earth Day, which was Friday. There was like crows, and they were cawing so more intense than ever, and it was very urgent. And I watched them fly to a tall tree across the street. And this is like the tallest tree, and the crows love this because it's like their lookout point, right? Then I could see why they were having such a big commotion, and I usually can tell. And in communicating with them what's going on, and there was this sense of urgency, and I saw this huge hawk on a branch. Now this hawk is like huge, twice the size of one crow. But you had like there was 3 to 5 crows that was around this hawk, and they intimidated this hawk so much that the hawk finally flew off and was flying away and was escorted out of this area by the crows because this is crow territory. And they're trying to keep, and they're nesting, so they're keeping the hawk away from their nests.
Mm-hmm.
But teamwork, you see that teamwork in protecting their nesting areas. And so as all this I'm watching and witnessing all of this happening, I'm like, peace be with you, hawk. Peace be with you, all crows. Peace be with this sacred space. Peace be with us all, for we are one. And I see us together in harmony, in peace with one another, that one day I will see the hawk and the crows and the small birds all together without any fear, without any protection. And it was just very, very, very beautiful and very powerful. And so I wanted to share that with you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I'd like to share, if you don't mind, what took place last Earth Day, last year.
Yes, 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 yes. See, I was going to ask you, what did you do for Earth Day?
Well, this Earth Day, I worked on my book, which is it's entitled "In Search of the Missing Grail." It's Master Sarah's wisdom teachings, which is the daughter of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. It's a continuation of my book, Divine Union, the love story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and it's about bringing peace and balance back to our earth, and how Sarah is the representation of the Trinity of their sacred union, and how she's here to bring the continuation of their love, their peace, their balance, and the divine masculine feminine energies back onto the planet. So that's what I did on Earth Day. But last Earth Day, which is what I wanted to talk about today, is quite fascinating because I was living in Northport, Florida, which was south of Sarasota, Florida. I've lived in that area on and off since 1983. And I was guided with my friends, Joanne Gall, Lauren Austin, Pam Woznicki, who's a former show host. We got together at the Warm Mineral Springs to do an activation with Ramu, who is the generator crystal that was misused during the time of Atlantis. And I've been channeling Ramu probably since 2009 when I did an activation.
Now, hold on. I just want to ask you something here, or for everyone to catch up. Removes a crystal. So this just shows that this crystal has a consciousness.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I reactivated the energy of Ramu in the Bahamas. I think it was 2009, and I've been channeling his energy ever since, because the energy that he wants to bring forward, or the message that he brings forth, is that we are once again reliving the times of Atlantis before the Great Fall. And I know you can, when I get finished with this, I'll have you fill in with that if you don't mind.
Mhm. Oh,
Um, but Ramu had said that during that time when his energy was misused, the crystal imploded and began to cause the demise of that civilization. A part of the energy of his remnants went into Florida and went into this place called Northport, Florida, at Warm Mineral Springs. I happened to be living there last year, and I was drawn to go there in October of 2020. And when I went there, I felt uncomfortable there. It was very strange. I couldn't figure out what it was that we've talked about this, Tiffany. Something was unsettling to me there in that area in the house that I was living in, and I couldn't really pinpoint it. And so Ramu was then explained to me that a part of what I was feeling was the discordant energies from Atlantis that was in that area that I was energetically sensing or feeling, and that I was to go to Warm Mineral Springs, which is a healing center. It's a place where people go from all over the world to take healing. It's a spring, like a fountain of youth.
mm,
It's the fountain of youth spring there in that small town. And so Ramu wanted me with the other ladies that I'd mentioned to do a healing in that area to clear the frequencies, just like we do with these ley lines. We go to sacred vortices and clear the energy. But he wanted to bring this because the energy was overlaid there. That was not only affecting the land, it was affecting me, but it was also affecting the inner earth, which then could allow the energy of the Atlantean frequencies, the discordant energies, to be healed upon the planet. So I want to share the transmission with you if you don't mind.
oh, please do. Please share.
So is there anything I need to clarify that perhaps I just, I rattled that on and people may not totally understand that, but
No, no, I think that if there's any questions, they'll put it in the comments. So
okay.
go ahead.
It says, greetings, dear one. It is I, Christ. I come here on this most auspicious day with dear Ramu. We are here with we are here as instruments of peace, and we give our blessings and love to White Buffalo Calf Woman and to each of you for holding the energy of the sacred light for peace to return to this planet. It is the most important that each of you understand that this portal, this energy that is here located in the prism of light at the point here in Northport, Florida, at the Warm Mineral Springs grounds, has been holding the energy and the pieces and the particles of the energy of Atlantis since the fall of Atlantis. I removed the generator crystal, was misused, and the energy became dormant, and the discordant energies have been laid underground into the sea at this pivotal point of time to be transmuted back into peace and healing. It is not by accident that each of you are here in this location and you're receiving this transmission on April 22nd, 2021, on the celebration of your Earth Day. This is the time period that has been held within the realms of light that have been ordained that peace shall return to this planet and that the energies from Atlantis will come forward and be rectified, resurrected, healed, restored, and returned to balance. There has been discordant energy from the disruption and the fall of Atlantis, and this prism of light here located at Warm Mineral Springs is a part of the area where the destructive forces that were emitted during that my implosion created an imbalance within the earth. It is no accident, dearly, that you are here, that you've been planted here to bring the peace, the love, and the balance to this area. It is no accident that you, Joan, are here, bringing the peace, the love, and the balance to this area. It is no accident, dear Lauren, that you are here, bringing the peace, love, and the balance to this area. I will step back and allow Ramu to speak, for we are holding the frequencies of the reunification of this original energy that is aligned to the sacral chakra of Mother Earth, that is to now be cleared away from all discordant energies in this area. What a beautiful day on Earth Day to return this planet and to heal the discordant energies upon Mother Gaia on your Earth Day, as we celebrate the energy of love and peace in this beautiful ceremony. The energy of Venus, the goddess of love, is here, influencing and bringing the energies of her love to Mother Earth. I come in this most powerful day as Ramu, the generator crystal, to thank each of you for being conduits of light. Each of you have been preparing for this moment of time, as this has been a part of your sacred soul contract. It is by divine appointment that you've been brought forward to receive this preparation of healing this energy from this land. At the time of the last destruction of the final days of Atlantis, where my energy was misused, and the dark forces caused me, the generator crystal, to be imploded, and the fragments of my energy have been scattered beneath the Atlantic Ocean, and the disharmonic frequencies of this implosion has now been brought forth into this land here in the portal and the energy of warm mineral springs in Northport, Florida, and the surrounding area. Many may feel this portal, as many people are very sensitive and will begin and have felt the disharmonic frequencies that have laid underground here. Others may not feel it at all. But I come to bring this balance and healing not only to this region, but to the continent of Atlantis, to all life forms that were destroyed during that part of the civilization. Until 3/4 of humanity consciously returns to peace, then we are unable to provide the energy of the complete peace that is necessary for this planet. Many say, how can this be possible? Or how can peace prevail in these troubled times? We say, dearest one, that as you hold prayer and use yourself as an instrument of peace, then you're able to change the timeline and the frequencies on the earth plane for peace to prevail. As you begin to shift the frequencies within your own heart and return to peace, then you become a powerful conduit bringing change to the world. You see, dearest ones, that very soon there will continue to be more purging and clearing of all discordant energies due to the inflection and the energy of the peace that is now being infused on this special day. Churches, institutions, governments, all that is not of purity of love will begin to fall away, that is not providing and holding the energy of peace. You'll begin to see a lightness in the air as many people will begin to shift from a sense of heaviness into a lightness and peace. Energetically, each of you are part of the great collection, as we say, of the oneness frequencies, and every soul who is being brought forth onto this planet this time has the opportunity to anchor their energies into the earth and to be a conduit of this peace. My energy at the time of the great implosion was like a nuclear bomb that went off, and the frequencies became dispersed throughout the planet, but the culmination of the energies were felt at the warm mineral springs in Northport, Florida. And today, on April 22nd, 21, I come to bring this healing, once again, as I've said, to restore and to bring wholeness to all that have been affected by the misuse of my energy. As I've said many times before, this will never happen again. I will never allow my energy to be misused, for it is unfortunate that the discordant energies, the dark forces, were unable to manipulate my energy. For you see, dearest ones, I am a powerful, powerful force. Today, as I return to bring balance to each of you, I ask you to hold within your heart what we call the seed of creation. Is the energy of the seed atom of the truth of who you are. May you allow me to help you to clear and to absorb any negativity and any discordant energy that you may be holding, as I'm also clearing the negativity and the discordant energy from the implosion of my energy from over 10,000 years ago that has been felt upon this planet. Today, as you begin to feel the energy within your heart beginning to clear, know that the frequencies of the civilization from Atlantis are simply a replay at this time for many to return back to their original state of grace. I, Ramu, the generator crystal, have stepped forward for all you to receive this sacred balance, this sacred holy healing, so that you may return to divine holy sacred union within yourself. As you allow the balance within your own mind, body, and spirit, and the healing of the earth to come forth, then peace shall truly prevail upon this planet. Do not be afraid, dearest ones, of what you do not understand, but know at this time that the power of healing heals all. The hearts of mankind will begin to change, they will begin to soften, and peace, love will prevail upon the planet. And as has said, there will be a lightness within the air as many will begin to open to these frequencies of love and peace. Dearest children, do not be afraid, as we have said, for what you do not understand within this world, for there is a divine plan for all things, and there is a plan for peace to return to this planet. You are part of the energy and the essence for the return of peace. You are here, as we have said, by divine appointment, and you're part of the great change in this great conclave of this new age of enlightenment, so that the energy of balance, wholeness, unity, and peace shall once again prevail upon the earth. Go, my children, be at peace, be at peace, be at peace, and truly know that you are loved. And so Joanne was a part of that, and she said she went to Allegheny State Park on Earth Day, and she felt like she was doing something connected to the springs there in Allegheny. And she asked a question, can you ask Ramu what I was doing in Allegheny on this Earth Day? She says it's a spring called Sweetwater Springs. She says, I've been putting crystals in the Allegheny State Park for the past month or so. But as she did the activation in Allegheny, she felt it was connected to the warm mineral springs. And so Ramu was telling me from you, Joanne, that all the waters will now continue to be healed with the crystalline energy, just as the crystalline kingdom has reawakened. As I, Ramu, am a generator crystal, I am the master crystal that was used during Atlantis. The crystal kingdom that was activated in September underneath the grounds of Asheville, North Carolina, and the surrounding region have activated the crystals. And so the waters are being reactivated so that there can be a energy of purity, so the water can be returned back to its rightful state of clearing the discordant energies of pollution. So by going to the Allegheny, you're going to that powerful vortices and working with the springs to again send the vibration and the frequency of healing and peace and balance to the water and to all life forms that live in the springs, live in the ocean, live in the lakes, that the beautiful the water fairies or the water elementals are dancing with delight for what has been done and what you are doing, Joanne, to heal the waters at this time, just as the waters in warm mineral springs were reactivated for healing in Northport, Florida, upon that day on April 22nd, 2021. You are reactivating the waters on the earth. And so Ramu gives our thanks and blessings unto you for that which you are bringing forth. So, okay.
Wow, that was great. Woo. And, you know, those of you who maybe, you can do things from your home. I bless the water every day, or give gratitude to the water every day. Every time I run the water, whether it's in the kitchen, rinsing off something, or you're washing your hands, I'm grateful for, this and all water. I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cup it in your hand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. And remember that Japanese scientist who did the tests with the snowflake in the water, right? With the
Yeah.
snowflakes and then the water and and so that is not wasted. You're saying that and then it goes back down the drain. I mean, it goes. It absolutely is not a waste, okay? And so thank you, Samir. Samir was like, that was beautiful, Reverend Lee. So, which, you're sharing there. So that was beautiful. And it was, absolutely, wasn't it? But we can do that. We can do the gratitude for the water, for all the elements, for the air. You go outside and take a deep breath and grateful for, that this air, and then for the wind and we just but every time I'm running the water now, and you train, because what happens is when you do that, how many of us have this, we're just mindless chatter in our heads, and you catch it and it's like, just stop. And so now you can do this with your glass of water before you drink it. Hey, I'm very grateful for this water. Right? Swirl it around a little bit. Create that little vortex there, and then take a sip, and then that's going right back into your body for your highest and greatest, for your optimal health and wellness. And so we should be having that gratitude, and that thanksgiving over everything that we eat, everything that we drink. And but definitely, and every time I run the water, I'm doing I'm saying that, I'm just going through and just, oh, thank you. And then you just get to the point to where you're just doing this all the time, and it's to all sorts of things. And it may sound silly. I remember hearing a while ago, um, someone had asked an indigenous chief or something about, what does Native Americans think about, or indigenous about, gratitude, and how, to truly be grateful is to touch everything you owe, and it just is like, I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you. Well, that will take all day to do, go through the house to do that. But you just in passing, washing machines has water in it, right? But I do tell my washing machine, thank you. I'm thankful for you. And the dryer, because hey, these are great conveniences, and don't have to, wash clothes the way that a long time ago they had to by a river. No, thank you. Those that use dishwashers, you do the same thing. Just if we just really are paying attention to, um, the resources that we have, that how much we work with these living energies, because it is alive, it is living, and we need them. We absolutely need the elements to survive, don't we? We need this planet. We need this, all the elements, the sun, everything all comes together for a reason. And so we should be just practicing this gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude to have, right? For even achieving peace, to get there. It's like, I think the gratitude is the stepping stones to peace. And so let's just, hop and skip on these stepping stones of gratitude, and see how that feels, and work on that. And then we realize that we're not having that mind chatter, replaying things that are in the past and really have no power over us. It really, they shouldn't have any power. But it's in the rearview mirror. It's way back there. Forget it. Let's just move on, thinking about silly things. And when we focus on that gratitude, it's powerful training. And so it's, this is powerful times that we are in. Very, very powerful. And many of us who have come back, who wanted to be here, and this is interesting to see how this plays out with the whole, um it's almost like a return, of Atlantean times, of the destruction. How history repeats itself, as absolutely it does. Right? It really does. seem to repeat itself until we catch on and say, stop, enough of this. We don't want this anymore. Stop. But many of us are here and it's like, okay, we could feel it coming. We could feel it. We knew it, you know. And what's interesting is how many of us were there. And it was because scientists worked against. And I was actually told recently that the terms that they weren't priests and priestesses, that they were the original Templars because the temple is your body.
Mm-hmm.
So they were the Templars, were the high priests or priestesses that we say. There was the scientists thought that, oh, we're better than this connection to God and to nature. Look, we have this technology, and they started to pull away, and that's was where that division started to, happen. Now, how many saw this coming and was scared to stand up and say something? And how many times have you seen this repeated in history?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared to say something. I'm scared to, if I just follow, I'm keeping the peace. No, no, you're not. You're not keeping the peace. You're letting, you're giving power to the evil, is what you're doing. And so, how many have like, no, you know what? I'm tired of this happening over and over and over again in history. We're done with this. Done. Stop. No more. And rise up. Rising up, stepping side by side, standing in the circle. Brothers and sisters, we're all equals, and rising up and saying, no more of this. We're done. No. You know, we need to be connected to nature, and we are always connected to our divinity, to source, to our divine, our divinity, our sovereignty. And we need to be reminded of that on a daily basis. We remind ourselves, and that, no, no, the evil in the world has fallen, and it's, yeah. So
But
I
that's
think,
what we talked about. That's what we talked about on my last Essene class, where the Essenes were talking about
yeah.
stepping into your authentic self.
Hmm. Hmm.
So just what you're sharing about that, that's what the Essene said. It's time to speak up and to share our truth as we know our truth to be.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
so if you go to my YouTube channel, Lea Chapin, you can see I'm uploading those Essene messages now. That should be on my YouTube channel, that last message of the authentic self, which is true about Atlantis because we are replaying those times. And um, I know we've seen it happen very quickly, or at least in the last 2 years with this pandemic, and how we've seen how quickly things have shifted and changed very rapidly, and part of losing some of our freedoms and being able to speak our truth. I think we talked about when we did the Sacred Flames class that the activation of the Washington Monument as the Temple of Liberty, the flame, the Liberty flame, has been reactivated again upon the planet. We talked about that during my Sacred Flames class. So all this is tying in, which is part of what Ramu brought forth last year, was clearing these frequencies so we can be at balance and return back to our authentic self, so we don't have to fall back into this. We're moving forward into this, but yet I trust that we can change the trajectory of the outcome if we all choose to be at peace.
You know, and we are changing it. But here's the beauty. I want you to understand this, is that when the times of Atlantis, of these ancient civilizations, of Mu before Lemuria, most people call Lemuria Mu, and there were two different. Mu was before Lemuria. Mu was total light beings on this. They wouldn't even touch the earth. They were not in physical form, but they were here and they loved this earth so much. And they were the ones that planted the crystals in the earth, preparing for what's happening so that it's easy for us to light this grid up, work with this crystalline grid. And then the Lemurians and Atlantis, and then other civilizations at the same time. All right, we were in the fifth dimension then, with 12 strands of DNA activated.
In Mu?
And no, I'm saying in Atlantis times we
Oh,
were.
okay. All right. I'm just
After the
checking this.
fall, it was maybe punishment or to keep us in line, or I don't know. But we were stripped, or not really. No, we weren't stripped. 10 strands of our DNA was put to sleep, was dormant. So we were running around with 2 strands of DNA, right? So here's what I pat yourself on the back because we are rising up with 2 strands of DNA. And we have reached that point, surpassed that point to where we've proved that we want peace back. And because our star brothers and sisters, the galactic forces and the Galactic Federation and all our cosmic brothers and sisters have returned to now they can help remove all the non-human evil off this earth plane, but it's up for us to finish and do the work too, to do the work here. No one's going to come in and save and do the work for us. We still have to achieve peace within ourselves, right? Who's going to do that work within you for you? No one else. You have to do that work. And so keep at it because we're making progress, and we our 12 strands of DNA are being reactivated. All the light coming in is reactivating.
So, how do you see this time period now that we're moving into versus maybe just a few years ago? What do you see as have shifted, Tiffany?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time? Sorry, I was reading a comment.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You didn't know. Could we repeat that? I think I got it. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
I just wanted to ask you how you felt the progression from, you said we're all different from 5 years ago, how you feel collectively we all move forward and despite all this happened, how do you see the change? Because I know I've seen so much change. I've been doing this work for almost 30 years. I've seen tremendous change and growth in the last 30 years. And so I'm just asking you what your perception of, in the last several years have been.
Oh, absolutely. There's an acceleration. A lot of us have been, in this field for a long time, and but I just the last 5 years, the last 3 years, it feels like every year is accelerating. We're accelerating so much faster. Even since last year, we have look how fast last year we just went into almost like warp speed. We really are accelerating very quickly now, and here we are at the end of April already. Before we know it, it would blink and it's going to be 2023, and it's just I think that's great. That's a great sign because as we rise up in these frequencies and these dimensions and these vibrations, that concept of time isn't there, and we're seeing that now. We're seeing that how many people are kind of struggling to get through their day because they're like, okay, so what happened? Because I've noticed personally, for me, there's something about from 9 to 12. So 9 a.m. to noontime, 9 p.m. to midnight. That chunk of time right there for me, it's like it's a minute. It's like I'm looking at the clock, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, that's great. I got some time to get stuff done. The next thing I'm looking at, and it's like after 12. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? I felt like I lost time here. And so it's just and I know many of us are feeling that the time jumper. Remember that show Quantum Leap? I really feel like we're doing quantum leaps now, just to get through our day.
Well, I think that we're raising in consciousness enough that there's no time on the other side. And so as we are ascending, then we're experiencing that, I don't want to call it the illusion of lost time, but in a sense it is because there is no time. Like I think, oh, I have an hour to get ready. And it's like, I better hurry up because that hour is going to go fast.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
So we're moving into what I call a different portal of energy of time as we know it, that it doesn't exist.
Right. It doesn't exist, and this is what's so beautiful when I'm getting in is they're and speaking with I call them my committee because I like to have. I'm so business minded, right? That is like I like to have my committee meeting. Let's sit down. Let's. Yeah, I'm journaling or we're having a discussion, and I've noticed more of my cosmic or the galactic brothers and sisters are coming in and having conversations, and they are ecstatic now. I mean, it's like because normally they didn't show too much emotion, right? They were just like, and now they're just like they got big smiles on their faces. And I'm like, wow, okay, you know something, and they're just keep going, y'all are making progress, and it's like, okay, yay, and it's like it's just so much excitement because it's not just humanity. It's not just for this biosphere, this planet. It's for this whole solar system that has been on lockdown, so to speak, um, and and beyond. This is making a huge difference. I don't know too much about like like constant. There's people out there that ET conversations a lot. Talk to the Galactic Federation. I don't. From what I understand, from what my committee's telling me, is that I have been. They're included, but they're not the only ones I'm communicating with. I have all my team, all my guides there, and so that yeah, it's happening, and it's just a very exciting times, and yeah. So I forgot where I was going to go with that, but anyway, that just know that it's way beyond us. It really is. It's huge. This is huge, and it has that like that ripple effect, the drop in the ocean. The whole ocean feels that drop, whether you believe that or not. The ripple effect it carries, and so
Well,
yeah.
there is a design. There's a purpose. There's a great design that's happening upon
Hmm.
the planet. We don't understand it in any of its complexity, but there is
Right.
a divine order and divine purpose and a divine plan for this planet.
There is. Oh, and this is what I was. That's right. What I had heard one of these beings telling me was is that this is huge. We've never had a planet ascend, or it's been a long time, or it's just as like either it's been a long time or they've never had a planet ascend. They usually just destroyed itself, imploded, and we'd save the people
Hmm.
off the planet. And they're like, so this is exciting with this whole in the whole universe. All the multiverses are excited and a buzz because this biosphere is saving itself because it went to from it was in a good place and it fell and then it's rising back up.
Hmm.
So this is exciting, all through the whole universe. And I just want you to think about that and feel that and just like take a deep breath and feel that in your heart that every one of you are important. Every one of you are making a difference.
Hmm.
Okay. And so with that, I want to share something with you. One of my spirit guides. I have indigenous, I have Native American spirit guides, and one of them, White Eagle, Chief White Eagle, did have a life on this, excuse me, Earth, Earth Flame. Chief White Eagle, you can look him up. And there is a White Eagle Lodge, do you believe in the UK that uh, has recorded all his works. But he comes to anybody who wants to be he'll communicate with you. He's a guide I have found with multiple people. And so, but White Eagle, there's the book Divine Mother, the Feminine in the Mysteries. I just want to read this one section. I am guided to share this evening along with a picture because this picture is like perfect. We did share this on Melissa's show, I think, on Earth Day because Melissa Parks has had her show on Earth Day, and so we shared this, saw this picture on Facebook. This is the pyramids on Earth
Mm.
Day. You see the golden rainbow rays.
Oh, how pretty!
So hold that. All right?
Yeah.
Okay? We once said that nothing is too beautiful to believe. Believe in everything that is beautiful because it is true. God is beauty, God is love, God is truth. Remember, there are many facets in a jewel, and while one person may travel along the blue ray, the blue light, another along the yellow ray, and another along the green ray, and so on, all are traveling, and we will meet at the apex of the period. I'm sorry, of the pyramid. We will meet at the apex of the pyramid where shines the true light of God. Oh, isn't
And we
that
must be
beautiful?
part of the blue ray because we're wearing royal blue.
I know. That's what
Part of St. Michael's Legion.
oh my goodness. Yeah, so isn't that beautiful? It's just you could just feel it. And I knew how powerful this picture was. I
Yeah.
forget his name because I want to give him credit. He is in Egypt. He snaps the most fascinating pictures. And it's just of the pyramids. When he caught this, I was like, yes, because I've been seeing the golden rainbow rays, all these colors coming in very strongly lately. So breathe that in. Everyone take a deep breath. Just breathe it in. Ooh,
Well,
yeah.
those colors are the new part of the Holy Grail codes that are in Sarah's book. And so in my book, the new Grail codes are coming in. And so the golden ray, the blue ray, the pink ray, the violet ray, the green ray. So those, stay tuned for my book because these new Holy Grail codes, yeah, that's lovely because she's talking about these being infused on the planet now.
So beautiful. Woohoo! Anyway, yeah, it just it all comes together. All the pieces of the puzzles, right? And it's yeah, so
Well, we
beautiful.
must be bringing forth the blue ray together tonight. So,
Yes, 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 yes. I just want to say something, and I want to see if you okay that now I know a lot of us has worked with Michael a very very long time, and that he has come forward and said that he is not an angel, he is a king. He is a Christed king. He was one that hit the Christ consciousness, and that there was many Christed beings on this earth plane with Yeshua, but that Michael and his queen, because they represented that king and the queen, that beautiful unison of the masculine and the feminine. And so he says he is awakened. He awoke last year, and um, he is awake, and he's here for everybody, and he is very very powerful. He was powerful when he was asleep, so now he's awake, and so know that we're going to be feeling him even stronger than before. So if you want to call him an angel, that's fine, but he is a Christed being, that Christ consciousness, and we all uh, this is that walking mastery. That's what that is, the Christ consciousness. And we can say every day, another is I am the holy sacred union of love and compassion, the Christ Christos, the Mary Sophia Christos consciousness. I am, I am, I am.
and so it is.
And so it is. It is. Uh, oh, and okay, okay. I guess this is the end of the show.
We're right at 8 o'clock, and so it is. Here we are.
Oh, that's a good Samir. Samir, Michael may be the same as Indian god Makala, aka Shiva. Yes, yeah, yeah. I know that there's a lot of yeah. That's interesting. I didn't think about that one, and I know I mispronounced that, and I'm so sorry. But I can feel the vibration off of the words. So yes, yeah. I think a lot of people think that, right? If correct me if I'm wrong, that Shiva was a god of destruction, but with destruction there is rebirth. But I think that same Shiva to me always vibrated masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. That balance, like the Shiva stones. So anyway, thank you for sharing that, Samira. That's fairly powerful. Wow. Okay, well, Reverend Lee, people can contact you on your website, leachapin.com. You should check out her website, see the classes that she has, because she was talking about these scene classes, and she has so many classes that she teaches. And then her Mary Magdalene teaching, she channels these messages um, most Mondays mornings. And so all this information is on her website, even how to get her books. And be sure to, I think you do have a newsletter. Do you have a newsletter sign up on your?
I do. Yep,
Yeah,
you can subscribe. Yep.
there you go. So subscribe, get her newsletter, and
Check out
yes,
my YouTube channel with all the Mary Magdalene updates. Yeah.
yes, that's it. Yep, and her YouTube. So you don't want to miss out on all this, and it helps. It really, really does. And if you could just every day have that quiet time, have that time to go within and increase it to. I mean, I'm finding that I'm doing this more and more, whereas I would have had, I call my sacred ceremony or my quiet time once or twice a day. I'm feeling called to do it a little bit more. And so when you feel that, then listen to that. And yeah, so well, thank you so much, Reverend Lee. This has been so fun, and as always with you.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share about Rameau and
Oh, that
the
was
work we did last Earth Day. And I know that more and more souls are making that choice to awaken to peace. I just want to thank all your listeners for being open to reactivating peace within themselves and truly embodying this frequency, because we are the change we need to be and to see. So thank you.
yes, yes, we are absolutely. And those that are watching this now, this is not the first. We've done several shows, the Reactivating Peace series, and we'll keep on until they tell us not to anymore. But please, please, message me on my website if you want to share how you are reactivating your peace story with us, and we'll read it on air during one of our shows here. Okay, one of our Reacting Peace series here that we've got going on. Share your story. We'd love to hear this. We would love to hear how each of you are reactivating peace in your daily lives. And this is a way for us to all just recognize each other and support one another, because we are all in this together. We are all connected. And so thank you so much, each and every one of you, for sitting in this sacred circle this evening. And be sure to tune in next. This is the last Sunday in April. Next Sunday is May 1st.
Wow, crazy.
So next Sunday, and we'll let you know too when the next Reactivating Pieces series. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Reverend Lee. It's always so fun to play with you.
Yes, thank you, Tiffany. It's been great. Thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
Yes, thank you. And we love each and every one of you. And remember to keep shining brightly. You do have this you are that beautiful light. Don't hide it under a bushel. Just let your light shine. And we love you all, and we'll see you soon.
Share your appreciation to our show hosts by submitting a testimonial for your favorite Goldylocks Productions show.